Yeah. On the drive-in for work this morning. I'm going to the Nashville area for work. I live north of Nashville, so it's usually about an hour commute. I only drive to the office 3 days a week. I'm at home 2 days a week, so it's not too bad. I'm having to go a different way than I normally go, because apparently the traffic, the way that I normally go, is really bad. So I made me a protein coffee this morning, like an iced one. It's kind of not working out, but it tastes pretty good. So, still reeling over all of the events from yesterday. I know that a lot of my videos are like voiceovers and they're just, somebody else talking for me. A lot of that has to do with my lack of confidence in me talking for my own videos and lack of time, really, because I have to take multiple takes when I do my own voiceovers. But really, when it comes down to it, the events from yesterday, when I heard, when all the stuff started surfacing about the Irina girl from the Ukraine, I just thought that was insane. How could, I see why people would be bystanders and not do things because they don't want to be harmed. But there was not a single person on the train that was strong enough to overpower this person at all. And then there was nobody that said anything to anyone about her lying there. That's just unfathomable to me that nobody would say anything. I can see in a lot of ways why nobody would do something in the moment, because you don't also want to be a victim. You don't know how to be a hero in that moment, because we can all easily say, that they would be a hero in that moment. But honestly, in that moment, we can't say that we would be, because we can't easily say that we could overpower someone like that. A lot of people that suffer from these mental illnesses, like this man, he apparently was schizophrenic. They have like what they call like superhuman type strength. They're very strong individuals. So it's very scary to think that you would be in that situation and say, yes, that you would 100% be able to say that you would step in and save this girl's life. I can't say that I would 100% without a doubt say that I would be able to do that. But I definitely would not just leave her laying there and never say anything to anyone. But I also can say, in the age that we live in, that people may have been so distracted that they may not have even seen what was going on. People are so engrossed in their own lives, which I understand. We're so caught up in what we have going on that we don't care what someone else is going through, because we're so engulfed in what we have going on or what's going on our phones. And I'm sitting here making a video to post on social media. So yes, I'm part of that problem. But aren't we all part of that problem? So we should all be spending time reading, and we should all be spending time off of our phones. And, to turn the conversation, Charlie Kirk was part of that. He talked, very openly about his beliefs. And part of his beliefs was, practicing a 1 day a week, whether you're religious or not, whether you are a Christian or not. He said that he practiced the Sabbath, but if you're not even looking at it as the Sabbath, if you're looking at it in the aspect of taking one day per week where you are not using your phone and you are disconnecting from social media and you are engaging with your family and you're engaging with those around you, and he used it as a time to also make sure that he was reading his Bible and engaging with God. It's like he said, it enriched his life and it made him reconnect with his family and reconnect with God and made things so much richer and deeper. So the death of this girl and the blatant murder of this girl and the assassination of Charlie Kirk yesterday has made it very clear that we're living in a society where we do not take life seriously. We do not hold human life in high regard. This girl, Irina, fled from a war-torn country to safety, where she thought she was going to be safe. And Charlie engaged in lively, open debate with people where he would actively and openly ask people to share their opinions. He would go to college campuses. He often stated he spent more time on college campuses than just a standard college student. He didn't have a college degree, but the discussions that were being talked about were not, about their studies. They were about political views and religious views and things to keep their views open. He challenged them to think critically. And because of this, he was silenced. The indoctrination machines silenced him. And there's a problem with that. We have to think very critically about things where there's a problem. I encourage all of you to watch the interview that he had with Tucker Carlson a month ago. I think it will enlighten you. If nothing, it will help you to think critically about things, even if you don't agree with his views. You don't have to agree with Charlie Kirk or Tucker Carlson. It may just give you some information that you may not have had before. If you can get through it, even if you don't agree with the information, if you can get through it and maybe write down some things that you did not know before and investigate those ideas and think critically, maybe it can open you up. He will have not died in vain. Don't let this man die and his information not live on. And then this poor girl from the Ukraine. I hope they plaster her face everywhere. I really do. And I hope that the judge that let this man out after being in trouble 14 times, that they basically let him out on his own recognizances. On his own recognizances, basically. Just as the promise that he would come back to court. I hope that this judge is punished to the full extent of the law I don't know what that even means for a judge, but I hope this sets a precedent for judges who abuse the law and abuse the justice system. I have people that I care deeply about in the justice system and in law enforcement. But there are people in those systems that do not do their jobs and do not perform due diligence. And justice has to actually be served, and the actual system has to be exercised appropriately for it to work appropriately. And our system failed this young woman. So, I don't know how many of you agree with me. I'm sure many of you may. If you have some type of information that you'd like to share, you can leave it in the comments, or you can, like share this and stitch it, or however you want to do that. You can message me and we can do a follow-up video. I'm more than happy to engage in open discussion and debate. I just know it is a very unsettling time for our country, and it's not a time for us to cower down for those who would like us to. It is a time for us to engage in that debate in a respectful way, in an open way. And I hope all of you are able to move forward and push forward in good faith, that God has us in the palm of his hand, that he loves us, and to stand on his word, because that was the tool that Charlie used, was God's word. I hope all of you have a great day.